Hello and welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS Academy, where your dreams are our mission. This is Yatharth here. Today we'll be focusing on most important current affairs along with the mapping portion again. So let's see what we cover today. So missing for 42 years, a flying squirrel resurfaces in Arunachal. So a missing species has been rediscovered in Arunachal Pradesh. This is a picture of the species that has been resurfaced and it's known as flying squirrel. Now what's important for us here is the mapping portion. We need to keep seeing the maps again and again in order to remember them. So Arunachal is here. So now what's important is the boundaries or the borders. Alright, so in the west of Arunachal, there's Bhutan. Alright, and it shares a border with Assam as well here. So this is the longest border it shares with Assam. Just a second, I'll outline the border here. Alright, now it also shares a very small border here with the state of Nagaland. So there are two states with which Arunachal shares border. One is Assam, the second is Nagaland. Alright, now further than Nagaland, there lies the Manipur, then Mizoram, Tripura, and here on Meghalaya. Must remember that Tripura does not share any border with Meghalaya because they are separated by the Bangladesh here. And with Assam, all these states share a border. Alright, so keep these things in mind when you are seeing the map. And this is the reason why we keep seeing the map again and again. There is a very simple trick to remember the states of Northeast, that is AP. It's a mnemonic. This NA, so it's Apna. This is Mani. So Apna, Mani. This is Mizoram and Tripura again. So Mitra, Mitra. And then lastly Megha. So this is a mnemonic that I created. You can create yours as per your own understanding or language. Alright, so please, whenever you are coming across any news, you should take care of the land boundaries and borders. So Arunachal has borders with Assam, the longest border, and there's a small border with Nagaland here. Alright, no further borders with any other states. But there's an international border with the Myanmar as well as with China. But the border with China is longer than the border of Myanmar. Alright, so international border will be China more than Myanmar and national border will be Assam more than Nagaland here. Alright, okay, let's move forward. So a nocturnal flying squirrel has resurfaced in Arunachal Pradesh after going missing for 42 years. And the Namdafa flying squirrel was last described in 1981 based on a single individual found in the Namdafa Tiger Reserve in Arunachal Pradesh, Changlang district. So we need to see what is this Namdafa Reserve area or national park. And we'll cover this in this same lecture only. So failure of geologists to locate the arboreal. Now what does arboreal mean? So it's tree dwellers basically, those who live on trees. And mammals, they are a specific category of animals which have certain features such as mammary glands, which are the primary feature. And mammary glands are located outside of the body so that they can nourish their young ones. Alright, and the babies are usually born out of the bodies directly. They are underdeveloped and they rely on a long term for their parents for nutrition. This is why mammary glands are found on the mammals. So during several expeditions, thereafter generated two theories that it could have been mistaken for the very similar red giant flying squirrel, or worse, they have become history or become extinct. So whenever you are writing about extinction of a species, there is a data that you can use that 99% of all the species that ever occurred on Earth are now extinct. Only 1% survive. Okay. So 10 of these expeditions were teamed by Aranyak, an Assam-based biodiversity conservation group. All right. So this you can cite in any case studies. What we need to see is in national parks in Arunachal Pradesh. All right. So this region of Arunachal Pradesh, the northern region of Arunachal Pradesh here you can see, is rather mountainous. And it's the part of Himalayas. So questions often keep coming from these topographical regions, such as which part of Himalayas is there, and let's say what is the difference between these two national parks, whether it is Moling National Park and the Namdapha National Park. So this is rather in the flatter terrain, and the Moling is located in the foothills of mountains near Siang or Siang Valley. We're talking about the Namdapha National Park. So it's here on the border with Myanmar and Nagaland, not close to border with Assam, as we have already seen. This river is also very important river here, the Brahmaputra River. All right, it flows through Arunachal towards Assam via its territories. And there are many national parks located in Assam on the territories of Brahmaputra tributaries. Sorry. Okay, this is the Siang and Dibang Valley and rivers individually. They are tributaries of Brahmaputra. So we have seen the location of the Namdapha National Park. Let's learn a little bit about it. So what is the habitat here? This is the most basic question that keeps on coming about specific national parks in the northeast and south. When we are reading about northeast or south or Deccan area, let's say, or central Indian area, be it any area, what becomes more important for us is to cover such topics which are common to the geography's point of view as well as with environment. So one of such topics is the flora and fauna of these areas. So we need to see this. So habitat type is tropical wet evergreen forests. In the Namdapha National Park we are talking about. And the trees found are type of subtropical broadleaved forest. The temperate forest and alpine meadows are also found in the same national park. So you can see various ecosystems in the same geographical region. Altitude range is 200 meter to 4500 meter, and rainfall is high annual rainfall, that is more than 2500 mm per square inch. This flora means the plant species. So dominant tree families are Diptocarpaceae, Phaganaceae, Lauraceae. Examples are Holong, Sal. Sal is very important here, and Rhododendron. That's also very important. Magnolia and oak trees. All right. Other notable plants are orchids, bamboo, and ferns. Ferns are mostly pteridophytes. They are a group of plants. When we talk about the fauna, it means it's talking about animals. So the special animals found here are tiger, snow leopard, clouded leopard. But the important ones are Hulock gibbon. It has been asked previously in the prelims. The golden langur, Assamese macaque. The langur and macaque belong to the monkey family. Barking deer, musk deer, and red panda. There is a difference between monkeys, apes, gibbons. They are all primates, but there's a difference between them. So you can read about this. Who are gibbons? Who are laurels? Who are apes, who are old world monkeys, who are new world monkeys, etc. There are some birds as well you can see, and some reptiles as well as amphibians. All right, reptiles and amphibians are two different things. Reptiles are, you can see, lizards or snakes. They lay eggs and they have no limbs, basically, especially snakes. Lizards have limbs. They have scaleless or membranous type of skin, or like dry scaled skin. And amphibians are animals which can survive both in water as well as land. Reptiles don't prefer water as their natural habitat. Moving forward, we come to the next news, which is tar from Ennore oil spill spotted at Pulicat. When we are seeing such news, our focus should be again on these geographical landmarks rather than the news. So news is that some oil spill has happened. So it's not a major oil spill. So it becomes a common topic, the oil spill, from the GS3 point of view. So we'll deal it with separately, but this is only 10% part of the news. What's important for us is the geographical location of Ennore. What is Ennore? Where is Ennore Creek? And what is Lake Pulicat? Where they are located and how they are connected. Alright. So we see this map here. This is the Pulicat Lake. It's rather big, rather large. And the name of the river which is feeding is Kalangi River here. And this is relatively larger in comparison to the Ennore Creek, which is located here near the Ennore port. They're different states altogether. This is in Andhra Pradesh, and this is in Tamil Nadu, near the Chennai port. It's an offset port to the Chennai port. So this was also asked in prelims among the ports. So these are the things that you must take care of always whenever reading. So just a second. See the map of India, located where the Ennore port is, located, or Ennore Creek is, located where the Pulicat Lake is. All right, and how they are connected. So let's talk about these with more maps. So here you can see the border dividing the two things, two states. So this is the state of Tamil Nadu here. And here is Chennai port in the north, as well as the Ennore port, as well as Ennore Creek. What is a creek? You can tell me in comment. It's a geological feature, geographical feature related to sea. So what is creek and what is Sar Creek? You can tell me. What is the issue between India and Pakistan related to Sar Creek? You can tell me. Alright, let's move forward. As we move forward, we see this is Andhra Pradesh here. And we see a big lake here, the Pulicat Lake. Near this, we see a very famous island here, Sriharikota, which is very crucial to our space programs. All launches happen from here almost. This is the Kalingi River, which feeds the Pulicat Lake here, and it's connected to Bay of Bengal as well. So let's talk about the Ennore Creek. So it's located on the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. Holds significant importance for both environment and economic reasons. So what are the environmental significance of the Ennore Creek? It's recognized as a Ramsar site, signifying its wetland status of international importance. It supports a diverse range of flora and fauna, including mangroves. Mangroves are very, very important. India has a program launched on mangroves, so you can keep this in your high books. The creek boasts extensive mangrove forest, providing vital breeding grounds for various fish and crustaceans. There are also birds and migratory species. So this theme was very important in the prelims 2023 when they asked question about many, many lakes and rivers altogether. So you can expect this to be repeated in 2024 prelims. Alright, let's talk about the Pulicat Lake here. So Pulicat Lake is straddling in the Andhra Pradesh Tamil Nadu border on the Coromandel coast again, holds immense ecological and historical significance. So when two important water bodies are connected like this, Ennore Creek as well as the Pulicat Lake, you can expect that a question can be asked on them. So it's the second largest brackish water lagoon. Pulicat Lagoon encompassing Pulicat Lake is the second largest brackish water ecosystem in India after the Chilka Lake. And about Chilka Lake also we studied in the last lecture. It is located in the Utkal Plains. This unique mix of freshwater and seawater foster a diverse and productive ecosystem. Biodiversity hotspot, so it teams with life supporting 350 bird species, including migratory flamingos, pelicans, etc. So it's very important here. And its habitat for endangered species also, like the grey pelican and painted stork. So let's talk about the oil spill now. What happens when the oil from any refinery or ship spills in water? So oil is non-dissolvable in water. Let's think this is water and this is oil. So it will create a layer essentially here, not dissolving in water. Now what this stops are two things. Just a second. All right. So it stops the sunlight from going inside. That is the first thing. Just a second. Let's talk it here. So it stops the sunlight from going inside. That is the first thing. And it stops the surface O2 CO2 exchange. So because of this, photosynthesis as well as respiration is hard to carry out beneath where the oil spill has taken place. So this is fairly damaging to the environment. And this oil is very hard to recover from the water surface, which is why this problem is persistent. It does not solve on its own. All right. So oil spill was happening, let's say here, just a second, because the cyclone Michong brought heavy rainfall to the city, which also turned its attention to the wetlands of heavily industrialized Ennore Manali region in the northern part of the city, where oil had spilled over from the premises of a public sector refinery. So this is the first thing that we need to take care, that near the wetlands and the port portion there should not be big oil refineries, because in case of floods and cyclones this can be a possibility. So this should be in our disaster management plan. So oil spills polluted the Buckingham Canal and the Koshatria River, both emptied into the Bay of Bengal at Ennore, Tamil Nadu. Now one thing more we see, National Oil Spill Disaster Contingency Plan, that is NOS DCP. So this plan came in 1993. Indian Coast Guard has been designated as the central coordinating authority for combating oil spills in Indian waters and undertaking oil spills prevention and control. Moving further, we see a very important invention or technology, which is known as the oil zapper. Oil zapper. So what is this oil zapper? So sometimes what we do, we read the news halfway. We know that it's based on some bacteria. But in what form does it come in the market? All right. So an oil zapper is used to remove the oil by using a bioremediation method. Oil zapping is a method for cleaning up significant oil spills from a surface. This method involves releasing bacteria that consumes hydrocarbon compounds found in the waste hydrocarbon and crude oil. So basically it will do what? It will break down the oil into its components and eat or digest some of its components so that oil can naturally be broken down into smaller pellets and its effect on the environment can be minimized. So it's a patented light brown powder made of 4 different bacteria to break down these hydrocarbons. The powder may be applied to both land and water. So this is about the oil zapper. This is also about today's lecture. So this is Yatharth taking off. Alright, I'll sign off from here. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you very much for being with me. Have a good day. Keep smiling, study and be bright. Thank you very much.